I never thought one decision would flip everything I thought I knew about myself upside down. But it did. My name is Courtney Miles, a 28-year-old marketing consultant from Portland. Life had become a cycle of waking up, staring at screens, managing clients, replying to emails, and going to sleep with my laptop still warm beside me. I was in control of everything, yet emotionally, numb. Somewhere along the line, I stopped living. That's when I made a decision. Not reckless, but bold. I wanted to test my limits, emotionally and mentally. I wanted to see how far I could go, not to break, but to break free. So, I invited them all. They were not strangers. Each one of them had a piece of me in some way. Ethan was my college best friend turned occasional confidant. Tyler was my ex. Messy, intense, and unpredictable. Mason. He was the new guy at work who always brought me coffee without asking how I liked it, because somehow he already knew. And Jordan. Jordan was my neighbor for the last 5 years, the one I always waved to through the window, but never actually invited over. It started with a group text. One that sat unsent for over 10 minutes while I debated whether I'd lost my mind. My fingers hovered over the send button as my heart pounded. Finally, I hit send. Hey, I know this might sound weird, but I'm hosting a little evening get-together. No expectations. Just come as you are. Wine, music, maybe some truth. My place. 8 p.m. Ethan replied first. I'm in. Are you okay though? This is very spontaneous of you. Then Tyler, did I read that right? You inviting me into your space again. Mason responded with a simple thumbs up, then followed it with, looking forward to it. Jordan took his time. It wasn't until 7:43 p.m. that I got a, sure, I'll swing by. I didn't plan anything fancy. A few candles. A playlist of mellow jazz and acoustic guitar. Some chips and dips. And 3 bottles of red wine. I wasn't trying to impress them. I was trying to understand myself. What was I really searching for in these connections I had left half open? Ethan arrived first, of course. He always had this protective energy, the kind that made me feel like nothing could really fall apart around him. He looked at me with curious eyes. You look nervous, he said, tilting his head. Probably because I am, I admitted, letting out a laugh I didn't expect. Why us? Why now? I shrugged. Because I trust all of you. But also, because I don't know who I am when I'm around you. He raised an eyebrow. That's deep. Before we could go any further, the doorbell rang. It was Mason. Clean-cut, polite, yet observant. He handed me another bottle of wine. You didn't need to, I started. Didn't want to come empty-handed, he said. We exchanged small smiles. Then, Tyler arrived, late, dramatic, wearing his leather jacket like a badge of chaos. Am I crashing something sacred? He asked. Something experimental, maybe, I said. And lastly, Jordan. Casual. Soft-spoken. His eyes scanned the room like he wasn't sure he belonged. Once everyone was seated, the tension became a living thing in the room. I poured wine into glasses and sat on the floor between the couch and the coffee table, feeling like a moderator of some unspoken game. So, I said, looking around, I guess you're all wondering why you're here. Tyler chuckled. It feels like the start of a reality show. Jordan finally spoke, his voice surprisingly steady. I think we're all here because you wanted to be seen. By all of us. Maybe even by yourself. I stared at him. It was exactly right. And suddenly, the words poured out of me. I think I've been living in fragments. Each of you represents a part of me. Ethan, you've been my sense of comfort and support. Tyler, you were the spark I couldn't control. Mason, you're new and honest and make me feel seen in a way that scares me. And Jordan, you were always there quietly. Maybe that's what I needed the most. They were all silent for a while. Ethan broke it. You're not alone in that. I felt disconnected too. It's weird how we can be close to people and still not really know each other. Tyler leaned back. I've made mistakes. Especially with you, Court. But I never stopped thinking about you. Mason added, I didn't come here expecting anything. I just wanted to know what kind of person sends a message like that and means it. Jordan looked at me gently. And what do you want from us tonight? I don't know, I whispered. Maybe honesty. Maybe closure. Or maybe just to feel something real. The room changed after that. Conversation flowed more naturally. We played a game I made up on the spot. One truth, no judgment. Everyone had to share something raw, real. Ethan confessed he'd been in love with someone who married someone else, and he never told her. Mason said he battled anxiety every day and no one at work would ever guess. Tyler admitted he still carried guilt about the way he ended things with me and ruined other relationships after. Jordan. He said he watched me from his window some nights, not in a creepy way, but because I always looked like I was trying to hold the world together by myself. When it came to my turn, I said, I'm scared that I don't really know how to love. Not fully. Not without fear. The silence after that was like warm silence, not cold, not judging. Just being. Later in the night, I walked onto the balcony to get some air. One by one, they joined me. Mason stood beside me, hands in his pockets. You did something brave tonight, he said. I don't feel brave. Just exposed. He looked at me carefully. That's what bravery looks like sometimes. Tyler came out with 2 glasses, offering one to Mason, who politely declined and went back inside. Tyler handed me mine and leaned on the railing. I was toxic. I know that. But you, he paused. You deserved someone better. I deserved peace, I replied. He nodded. I hope you find it. When he went back in, Jordan was the last to step out. I almost didn't come tonight, he said. Why? Because I didn't think I'd matter enough. You do, I said without thinking. He gave a small smile. You always waved to me. That meant something. Maybe more than you realized. By the end of the night, no one confessed love. No one tried to kiss me. No fights broke out. It wasn't about choosing one of them. It was about reclaiming parts of myself I'd left scattered in old memories, quiet conversations, and unfinished stories. They all left by midnight. Except Ethan, he stayed to help clean up. But we didn't talk much. Just worked side by side until the last glass was washed and the last candle blew out. You okay? He asked before leaving. I think so, I replied. You're stronger than you think. And then he left too. That night, I lay in bed and stared at the ceiling. I didn't feel like I had crossed some finish line or solved life. But I felt stitched together again. More whole. Not because they fixed me, but because I finally faced the things I'd been running from. I didn't invite them all to make a statement. I did it to meet every version of myself I had buried inside those interactions. And for once, I didn't feel ashamed of my contradictions. I tested my limits. And I didn't break. I found myself.